it's the other way around, where what
Mhm.
would be underneath the pitcher would be sun bleached and everything else would be pristine.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
got it.
got a 17. You can also tell there is some small flaking of metal heading out the door. It's like very small, but by the time you see the hallway, it is clean because they cleaned the rest of the house.
Interesting.
Robert does look towards you. Is there anything else you need, sir?
I still may need you around, just so that I can get into certain rooms and I have some say.
Of course.
Um,
I suppose I can tell you the layout of the second hallways. The room we're in now is the den, a nice little reading place where the master and the missus do attend to their needs and desires. I don't recommend sitting on the sofa. That is where they conceive their second child. To the right of us is the young missus' room. That door is always closed, and she is attending to her own desires. Currently, she is learning and divining magic right now, and is in the process of going to a nice college up in the capital. To the left of that, there is the bathroom doorway. You're more than welcome to use it, so long as you let us know. Afterwards, we do need it cleaned. As the master does state that anyone that uses the bathroom, it must be cleaned soon afterwards, as he does not trust anyone that is not from his family. It's what nobles do, unfortunately. That being the case, though, the next adjacent room is a nice little living quarters where they do expect their child to live once it is born. It's currently being remodeled for a they assume boy, but it's quite early to discern that. And the last room is a vacant room where we store a few things here and there that might be needed.
Thank you.
Of course.
If you're not opposed, I'm going to do a little bit of magic that could potentially help me out.
Very well, then. I do have a bit of magic of myself if you do need it. I do know a few cleansing spells, a few what butlers would need.
Well, this is a little bit different.
Of course,
I'm going to be summoning some companions of mine. And Dust is going to cast summon minor elementals.
What kind of elementals?
Minor elemental. He's gonna
what kind?
Cast that.
What kind?
Let me see here. I'm looking at. We're gonna go 4 elementals. I'm gonna do 2 air and 2 earth.
Okay. As you bring about, Robert is surprised, but you did warn him, so he's not extremely surprised. Oh, I see. Oh well. I don't have that. Very well then.
I have a particular and somewhat of a peculiar skill set that's different than most spellcasters.
Oh, I see.
So,
what do you tell your familiars to do? Elementals.
Yeah, the elementals. The earth elementals. I'm gonna see if they can follow the residue from the metals.
Yeah.
Like kind of follow it, because I can follow it within the room, but after you said it essentially being cleaned up.
Yeah, to your naked eye.
Yeah, to my naked eye. Whereas with the earth elementals,
they might be able to pick something up. Yeah.
Yeah. They might. I thought they might be able to pick something up because they're more in tune to the metals, and then I just kind of have the 2 air elementals just in case.
Yeah. As you begin to tell them this, they begin to track down the metal. I don't think most elementals have faces, but I'm gonna say these guys have faces. They begin to basically lick the metal, and then begin to form into stone dogs and like sniff the ground. They begin to go into the hallway and go to the right. And they don't go that far as they're standing in front of the young Mrs. room. As we switch over to our 5-minute break and then going to start again with Nikolai.
Wow, let's go.
Nice.
Okay, 5-minute break and we'll see what Nikolai does to break into the house. I'll be right back.
Woo! What?
It really depends on who makes it.
Yeah.
There's a butcher that I know. He makes decent jerky, but overall, it's just downright dreadful.
Oh, darn. Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Doug. You go, Dogma.
Oh, I was just gonna say, unfortunately, I can only find store brand jerky, so I just buy the store stuff.
Oh, homemade though, man.
Yeah.
Homemade jerky is good.
Yeah. Well, I do like
Yes.
it. I'm not gonna go out of my way to make it.
Mm.
But that's neither here nor there. We get back to where Nikolai started. Finding the library, couldn't find anything, so he went back down to the cellar. You managed to manage the door with a metal lock on it, attached and tethered by a magical, powerful spell that just doesn't allow you to. I was gonna say pickpocket it, but that's also technically true.
Yeah.
To pick it.
Gotcha. So, first off, I want to look in the surrounding, the floor, the walls, and the ceiling, and look at the surrounding area.
Looking at the surrounding area, you do see that there are steps behind you going around in a curved way, which you've already stepped down there, so you know where that is.
Okay.
To the right and left walls, there are cobblestone. To the roof and to the ground, there is cobblestone. The roof itself is roughly 10 feet tall, so plenty of moving space.
Okay.
And the room itself is from your left to the right, 8 feet, so it's a pretty good room. And on the ground, there is a nice carpet.
Gotcha. Okay. So, and the hinges are on the inside?
The hinges are inside covered.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so.
The
this is
door
what I
itself
got.
is oaken.
Is what?
It's made out of oak.
It's made out of oak? I thought you said metal.
The door is made out of wood. The metal is the lock.
Oh. So wait, is the lock enchanted or is the door enchanted?
The lock's enchanted.
Oh. Well, that's easy. That's funny. Yeah, well, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to take. Yeah, I like the plan better than using. But the other fit's more fun. Oh, I want to see if it works. If it doesn't work, then it'd be funny. Yeah. Now I have 3 things, and I have more things I want to do. No. Okay. What is it allowed? Okay. Yeah, I like this first. Let's just. I'll save that for a different day. I'm gonna shoot. I'm going to aim very strategically, and I'm going to shoot a lightning bolt at the base of the door to try to make a pinhole through the door.
Conjure. Oh, that's the wrong spell. Spell description. Lightning bolt. 1 action. Self. 100-foot line. That is not going to be a pin-sized hole, man.
I want to make it like as small as it can, like trying to make a hole through the door. Like
with this
how
much,
big would it be?
with this much magic behind it, probably like a good. You can probably get your arm in there, like you just punch through the door.
I will say this much: if
Yeah.
it's your own magic, you can usually control it. But if it's coming,
it's a lightning bolt from a wand.
Yeah.
no,
I'm
but
not.
if it's from like an item, usually you can't control.
Yeah.
How much
Yeah, that's
power
true.
you send out.
Well, I guess it's pretty powerful. So
Are you using from your wand or your own skills?
I don't have lightning bolt, so it's from the wand.
Then yeah, the minimalist, I would say, probably like punching through the door.
Sure. Okay. Trying not to aim. I'm trying to aim at an angle so it hits the floor and I don't hit anything like critical on the inside.
All right, I'm just going to read a description just in case I might need to do something. A stroke of lightning forming a line 100 feet long and 5 feet wide. We're going to funnel it to punch door. blasts out from you in a direction you choose. Each creature in the line must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 8d6 lightning damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one. The lightning ignites flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried.
So so once I do that, I'm going to use that and then just snuff out the flame. It's on fire, so it's not on fire anymore.
Okay. You angle your wand in a arced motion so it'll hit the ground. As a bolt of lightning just thunders through the room, it slashes through, causing a hole not as massive as it normally would, but channeled enough that you can get your hand through it.
Okay.
You use Druidcraft to extinguish the flames.
Now I can see through it?
Yeah. At an angle, you can see the floor and like a little bit. Oh, Misty Step. Yeah, that'll work.
And then I Misty Step through the hole.
You Misty Stepped in the angle that you can find, and as you do so, go ahead and roll a strength saving throw.
Oh, yay. Strength saving throw. 8.
As you get into the other side, you can tell that this area looks interesting. There's like decorative flowers everywhere, a nice little sewing machine in the right corner, a weird magical circle in the middle for some reason, but you're not exactly able to discern what it is at the moment in time. But it doesn't look like a magical circle to teleport somewhere or to teleport here. But it does look like something interesting. When you go over to investigate it, you are held in place. As you look down, you see your foot is stuck in the hole. You can remove your boot, but it's currently stuck in there.
Is it my boot or is it the boot of the guard?
Your disguise is a guard, so it's technically your boot.
Can I just polymorph into a smaller person?
Yeah, you probably morph into a halfling guard. Remove your foot from the door.
Cool.
You're now free.
And then now that I'm in the door, I just want to investigate the whole entire place.
All right. To the left of the room, you do see some nice little spools of threads here and there. So it does look more or less like a sewing room.
Should I roll that?
Like, at first perception, it does look like a sewing room. But go ahead and roll investigation.
Oh, okay.
At first glance, it does look like a sewing room.
I want to use an extra d4.
Okay.
18.
At first glance, it does look like a sewing room, but while you investigate further, you can tell that there is some lining inside of the structure of the clothing that is there, but not currently presented in one way or fashion. Some small little enchantments here and there. You do read some of them that read protection, others that read removal, others that read ignition, and some that read pizzazz.
Gotcha.
The sewing machine itself is it doesn't have a needle, rather it has a crystal you've seen before, a nice little purple-ish hue to it. It kind of looks like one of your arm needles.
Okay.
Obviously it's not yours, but you know, it's that kind of crystal.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'll continue to look around.
All right. Other than that, there doesn't seem to be much else except for the spools of thread, the clothing sets that have already been prepared with those rune inscriptions, the sewing machine in the right corner, and the magical circle in the middle. Again, it doesn't look like a teleportation circle, but it does look arcane in nature. And you do see the symbols in Draconic, sorry. If you read it, you understand it. If you don't, you don't.
I do speak Draconic.
Nice. It does read mold, earth, model, play, light, construct, fast, and stable.
Okay.
It does seem to be interesting, but you can tell that once you ignite the magical circle, all of these will work in tandem to form something. Do you activate it? You
Does
just
it-
need
do-
to. What?
Well, what was the? Okay, so it said What was that C word? Contrast.
Construct.
Construct. No, I do not activate it.
Nothing happens. You're just in the room
Okay.
now.
Okay.
What's
can
your
I
passive
make
perception?
My passive is 11.
Go ahead.
Can I make an insight check to make sure that I think that I know what it might be?
This would be more Arcana, but we can go with Insight if it's better for you.
Arcana would be great. Yeah, 25.
You can tell that this is a circle made or meant for a production of something or something along the lines. Based off of the symbolisms and the way it's worded, it will construct something within the circle and keep it fastened there, keep its form there for a limited time. It won't stay there forever. And to basically give it a molded shape. Whatever this thing is will be summoned by the circle, but it won't stay there forever. It doesn't seem dangerous based off of the room, and you don't see like any scratches, wear, or tear, other than the one you made in the floor and in the door. So it doesn't seem like whatever's going to be summoned will be dangerous to a degree.
Now this is a weird question.
Okay.
I want to know if it's possible if I could reconstruct this circle to make it into a circle of teleportation.
You might be able to rework it, but it will require some time. Not a year, thankfully, but maybe a few months.
Oh, gotcha.
Give or take 3. About 3 months.
Gotcha. And I would need all of the components to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's, I guess, I can't do that. Okay. I will.
As you're deciding what to do, you do hear, at this point, some voices coming down the stairs. I swear I heard something. And you do hear maybe 2 sets of footsteps heading downwards.
Okay, I go walk up to the door, and then I cast mending on the door.
All right. You still made more than one of breaking it, but this is funnier. You quickly close the hole that's facing the door.
Oh no! I didn't have enough time to go through the door and fix the hole. So
yeah. So you basically mend the door, and you do hear the 2 guards in the area, but they are currently mumbled by no actual. This thing is pretty airtight, so you just hear mumbles in the other side, but you do hear like some metal being moved as if they're checking the lock, if it was opened or not. But then you do hear, after a minute or 2, them walking up the stairs.
Okay.
And now you're in the room.
Okay. Yay. Fun times. Can I just I'll just look around the room for an hour.
An hour later, you do see that. No. 35 minutes later, you do hear someone in the other side of the room currently turning metal as if they're opening the door.
I polymorph into a bat.
You polymorph into a bat. What do you do besides that? Do you hide somewhere, or when they open the door, you sprint up?
I'm gonna just hide up on one of the in a corner on the ceiling.
Yeah, that's easily enough done.
Yeah.
He opens the doorway, and inside steps the mayor, with what appears to be a good amount of documents, but when you look downwards, what's your bat passive perception?
Ooh, a bat. Ooh, let's look at that. A bat. Passive perception. That would be 11.
About the same. You can tell whatever books he has.
I have I have keen hearing, which is advantage on wisdom checks which rely on hearing.
Then you do hear something, but as you look down to see and observe the mayor coming inside, you can tell that he is carrying some books. He did say he was going to go look for some ledgers and stuff, but the books don't seem quite right. But when you peer down, you do see that he bends downwards, and audibly he does state, "Oh, that's weird. The ground's scuffed here. Well, I'll get some mending magic to go ahead and fix that later. I don't remember working so hard. I suppose it doesn't matter at this point." And then he goes to quickly put the documents down on the table, and then he begins to slowly turn around and presumably close the door behind him.
Can I fly out when before he closes the door?
Yeah, go ahead and roll acrobatics.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll. Okay, I don't know what my acrobatics would be as a bat.
Your dexterity, and I don't think bats have proficiency.
Proficiencies. So I'm gonna roll a flat d20 plus 2. 6.
All right. While you make it towards the door, you can tell that before you can make it fully through, your foot is going to be caught in it, or your wing is going to be caught in it. You can make it through the other side, but you will be taking some damage. Or you can bail on it and stick inside of the room.
I'm just... Shit. I wish bats were faster. Wait, they have a fly speed of 30.
Spend your luck.
Okay. What? Okay, I'm just gonna go for it.
Okay. As you
I
go...
can't use any spells because I'm in a bat, so I can't use anything that's spell worthy.
Unfortunately. Black is not considered
I
spell.
can't. Well, it's considered like so. I have everything that I have is in a beast form. So as long as you're a beast, you can't do anything that you would do as a normal person.
Okay.
Yeah.
You take 1 point of damage.
No, you'll
Wait,
take
what?
one.
Oh shit! No, I can't do that. I have 1 HP.
You take the damage.
I would take the damage
out.
and then turn back into a person, and then the mayor would see me. Shit. Okay, fine. That's just what I said.
Like, you'll be
Cool.
on the other side of the door. That's not really the issue.
Yeah.
I'll just say what happens. As you rush through the other side of the door, trying to make sure you can get there, you can tell that you're at a precipice moment in time where you'll be taking damage if you go through, but you'll be getting through. Or you can stay back and not take any damage. Deciding to go through and press your luck, you ram your body through, and your arm and wing just get caught in. As if you've ever had a door slam on you, it hurts. And ends in a bad form. It hurts even more. You do sustain 3 points, not 3 points, 3d6 points of damage.
Wait.
Because I feel that's
the bat?
appropriate.
That's a bat?
In bat form. So 9 does carry over to your main form. But you are able to... he does close it on your 3 fingers, but you force and rend your fingers out of the door. It hurts. It hurts a lot, but you are out.
And where am I standing?
You're standing at the doorway. No one's currently blocking that area. There is a little bit of your blood in between the doorway, but other than that, no one has seen you.
Is the mayor didn't see me?
No.
Is he?
Actually, let's roll for Constitution save to see if you scream.
Okay.
Oh my god.
He closes the door behind him, not really perceiving anything.
My God.
And then, like, you immediately scream, thinking you're in the clear. Like, it hurts so much, And then
Oh my gosh.
do you hear footsteps heading towards the door to reopen it? Do you just bolt out of the house? This is a split-second thing. You can do one action, but it's entirely up to you.
Invisibility gem.
Quickly grab onto your stone. It snaps with a crack, and you become invisible. Looking through the door, he does not see you, thankfully enough, but he does seem to notice something in the area is off, and he begins to shout out for guards. Do you leave? Or do you step inside? Or other? Do you punch him in the face?
Well, I'm right next to him, right?
Yeah, he's technically maybe 3 inches from your face, just shouting out for guards.
Well, I figured out what I'm looking for, so I'm gonna leave.
Okay. As guards begin to make your way, you go ahead and roll for me a dexterity saving throw or acrobatics, whichever is easier for you. As you move around the guards, try not to be touched by them.
Okay.
If you wanted to do, okay, you got a 20. I was gonna say if you want to do something else, thematically, give me a reason for it. But 20 is a 20. I'm gonna let you have that. As they go in tandem, right to left of each other, you just jump over them, vaulting over and not touching them at all. As they rush over towards the mayor, they're currently talking about one another, but you just run. You're not getting caught. Not today. As you see that they just left the door open, you just sprint out of the house, and you make it out just fine. Well, I wouldn't say just fine. Your fingers are bleeding.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the magic shop.
Entering into the magic shop, you do see that Frinna is there alongside her employees. Dustin, Ada, technically aren't there. You just run inside.
Yeah, I'm looking for some magic chalks. If you have any, that'd be great. If you would be able to sell me some of those.
Of course. They don't cost extremely that much. Roughly around 5 gold should do it.
Well, no. I'm looking for rare magic chalks. Excuse me.
All right.
I need to have to be at least 50 gold worth of chalk.
Oh, you want spell component chalk? Oh, that shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Yes, indeed.
She goes into the back room and comes back out with 3 chalk pieces. They honestly look more like jewels than anything else.
Do you have 3 more worth of these?
Of course. Goes back, grabs them, shows them.
Okay. Then I pay 200 gold for that.
Very well then. She gives you the chalk and you give her money. Oh, looks towards Fran. Fran, can you assist him? Sure. Fran comes over, brings you the boxes, ties them up, making them into a nice little gift kind of box, and then notices your fingers. Oh, that's what you meant. And Fran quickly, lightly heals your wounds. For 5 health, which is pretty good.
Sure.
No longer bleeding out.
Yay!
Do be careful. I don't know what happened, but your bones were close to breaking.
Indeed. Thank you.
Of course. Fran moves to the side, helping out another customer. And Franna does state, I don't know. I just realized their names are so close. Franna does state, if you need anything else, just let me know.
Okay. No problem. Yes, and I need to. Well, thank you. And then I run out, and I'm gonna go to the. Did I just pass, or those weren't actual people? Those were just the tokens that were left over.
Yeah.
Let me get rid of 200.
Actually, I'm gonna say you passed Ada. Well, you saw them when you were running in here, but you found and passed Ada and the rest of the gang. Minus a dust.
and then they saw me bleeding, and then I ran into a magic shop.
Like they were a couple blocks away from you, so they just noticed you run. Which
Okay.
isn't a concern
Man,
unless you.
I'm pretty sure Ada saw me bleeding somehow.
I can believe that. It's 18 passive. So when you walk out, Ada's like running over to see if Nikolai is okay, maybe.
Oh, hi, hey,
What
hi.
did you do?
Nothing. I'm fine.
Ada comes over to see Nikolai's hand.
You can tell that they were mended recently, made sure, because they still have a weird coloration to it. But they are fine now, but you can clearly tell that they weren't fine before. As you see a small little trail of blood in the area.
You're not going to tell me what happened, are you?
Well, you are my friend, so fine.
I'm assuming you tell him.
No, you're gonna respond to. It wasn't a shock or anything. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I was looking for in the mayor's house that I chose from. What was this? Bjard, Brian, what's his face? Whisper's boyfriend. Basically, he said there was a magic circle in the mayor's shop, so I went to go have a look, and basically I got caught in the door, trying to flee without getting caught.
I forgot who was with Ada.
Hi,
I forgot
Whisper.
Whisper.
Yeah, it was Whisper that was with you. Opal's collecting material.
Yeah, it was everybody with the exception of
So
Opal
everything
and
I just
Red
said,
Weapon.
and I said it with Whisper there.
Yeah. Whisper simply states, first of all, we were just going out sometimes. It's not my boyfriend. Second of all, not really that surprised. Third of all, did you leave any evidence behind?
Oh, does blood turn invisible when you are invisible?
Your blood? For a while.
Nikolai looks like very concerned because his blood might be in the mayor's house.
Like once you turn invisible, you held your hand so no drops would fall on the ground. So no one's currently tracing the blood to you until you eventually made it here, because you needed to become visible to shop. There is a trail here a little bit, but not so much you couldn't clean.
Okay, because I mean, I don't know how fast I would have been able to clean anything as it happened.
No, it was like a quick action you needed to react. I did give a description, but I am honestly trying to make it as vague as possible.
Yeah.
Because of reasons. And I think it's funnier this way.
Sure. But anyways, that's what I told Ada.
Yeah.
Can I go see my girlfriend now? Oh.
You might need to clean yourself up first.
And what do you mean? Why? Nikolai wouldn't say that. He'd say, what do you mean?
Whisper does state, or you can wear a glove.
Well, I do. Yeah.
I mean, your pointer, your index, and your middle finger are all a little bit purple, which is fine if you look towards yourself. Are normally this way. But I don't think you are.
Oh my gosh, I feel like you should be able to have like some kind of concern. I'm gonna go look for a magic potion in the shop.
You easily find some small little
Ada,
health potions.
Ada would know that like she could heal me, right?
Yeah.
I would know. Yeah, I'd ask her. Could you do like maybe a favor?
Do you want me to heal you?
Please.
Okay. Yeah.
As Ada magically heals you, with the magical help, it does accelerate the division of cells. So the little purplish color does eventually go away in about a minute. So Nikolai, you're fully healed. I'm gonna say you're fully healed. Well, Ada wouldn't, max ramp up the health in you. I'm gonna say, Nikolai, you're fine. Ada, make sure that you're ready to meet your girlfriend. Air quotes.
Air quotes. Fully healed. You're saying I have 69 hit points.
Yeah. Nice.
Giggity.
Amara does state, so where, if I may ask, should we be, I feel like we shouldn't leave you alone, at least for a little bit. Where can we find her?
And she usually works in the guard tower, from what I remember.
Fauna then says, oh, I know where that is. We were there to pick you up this morning.
I'm pretty sure her shift is in the later evening, so she probably would have seen me in the morning.
It is late evening now.
So yes, she should be there.
You guys begin to make way towards the guard tower. And more than likely, Ada, before you met Nikolai, is there anything else you were doing? Fauna has her book, so you wandered the streets for a little bit. Is there anything else you were doing? Like, did you look for anything, anyone? Perhaps getting some information?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I would know what to do in that situation.
Yeah, that's fair. While you were walking on the streets before you met Nikolai, you did find a few people here and there that seemed fine enough, and you thought to yourself, they seem nice. Or not at all. It's entirely up to you. But someone accidentally does bump into you. A nice, tall Kenku man, which is strange because Kenkus are generally pretty short or about medium-sized. So this rather tall bird man just looks towards you, and in a weird voice you've heard before, they do state, my apologies. Ida, I want you to go ahead and roll a history check for me.
2 history, let's go. Oh.
Well, the voice does sound familiar. The next speech pattern or the next cadence of this bird man throws you off. So when they say my apologies, the next part was, I didn't see you there. Are you all right? So it's hard to pinpoint exactly what that voice was, but it reminds you of something, but you can't quite place it.
Well, Ada probably would respond, yeah, I'm fine. Are you okay?
Oh, I am good. Pleasure to meet you. Then looks towards the rest of your companions, and you as well. Whisper then looks towards him. Pleasure to meet you as well. From what I remember about Kenku, you generally pick up voices from time to time here and there and make your own vocal patterns. I'm assuming that's why you keep changing your voice and are just not messing with us? Yes, that is correct. All right. Good. I mean no offense to you, Mr. Kenku man. The Kenku simply states, it is Paul. Mr. Paul? Has anyone told you that was annoying? Or gets annoying? Yes, all the time. Good to know. You seem nice enough, though. My name's Whisper. This is Amara. Looks towards you, Ada. If you don't want to give your name, you're totally fine. I'm just trying to be nice.
Oh, I'm Ada.
And then Fauna states her own name. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. Oh, no problem. The pleasure is all mine. Please have a great day. And then he gives you a small little business card. Ada, if you do need help, just let me know. And they begin to walk off to the street. And that's probably the last time I'm going to do that.
Could I look at the business card?
Yeah, looking at the business card, you can tell that it is a nice little... it's not a dress store. It's more like a fine clothing store. It has a Kenku bird on one side and a nice little crow on the other. It's very stylized, and on the card it does read Morgan's Goods.
Okay.
Obviously, Paul is not Morgan, but he might work there or something of that nature. But yeah, if you're not aware, Kenkus just pick up other people's voices and make it their own speaking patterns. So that's probably the last time I'm going to do that. But if you ever meet a Kenku again, that's what's happening.
Out of game, I do know about Kenkuns. One of my favorite species in D&D. I don't know why.
They're great. I just can't make so many voices.
Yeah.
So they're going to have one, but they're doing a lot of them.
Yep.
But back in game. Whisper, No, actually, Ada, you then notice Nikolai running into the magic shop, bleeding out.
Yay!
And then everything comes back together as you guys go towards Nikolai's air quotes girlfriend. But before that, we wind up back with no map, but Dust is there. Dust, you wind up back in front with your elementals in the young Mrs. Front door. She has been, well, you've been informed that she is currently studying for her practice exams and heading towards college. And, well, you don't know when, but she is studying.
Knowing that she's studying, I'll rap on the door.
On the other side, you just hear a nice, well, the voice is nice, but it is stern. You just hear, "I'm not hungry."
Young miss, I would like to speak with you for a minute. Maybe I can help you out a little bit.
What? You do hear her say what underneath her voice, and then comes over towards the door and opens it. Inside is, like, the way she looks, she definitely got her looks from her mom. The style, though, or the way she is dressed, it's around gothic attire. Definitely going into the more dark tones. Some gray, some black, some reds. Definitely going through some type of understanding and growing. But she does have a nice look to her. But she also has hair that is chopped off because you can tell she was trying to make a nice little fade in her hair, but she clearly messed up. So now it looks like purposely butchered up, like I am representing something, but it's clearly not viable or understood immediately. It's interesting, but it doesn't look bad. It just looks clearly unintentional. But looking at you, she does state, looks at Robert, and she looks towards you. Is there something you need?
Well, there's two things. Well, there's a few things. First of all, my name is Dust. Among the Dust, people call me Dust.
I mean, it's shorter.
Much shorter. Although in some ways it's longer than even Among the Dust. But my name, that is. Well, anyways, I'm looking for your family's sword. And I'll just kind of lower my voice, and I've tracked it down to your room. I'm willing to talk with you about it.
You don't see her like. You don't see her nod. She just like turns around, complete 180, walks towards her, not dresser, but towards the study desk. She does state, towards you, Dust. Come in. And when you step inside, and before Robert can step inside, I didn't say you, Robert. He like sits down, sighs.
I would have just been Robert. Just wait outside, and then I'll close the door a little bit. Not close all the way, unless if the daughter wishes to close it all the way.
When you close it enough or have it ajar, she like comes over, closes the door, and then walks towards her desk. With your elementals to your side, or you left them out, and it's entirely up to you. You can put them inside. She does look towards. Yeah. She does state. So, how much do you know?
I do know that the sword is in here. My elementals traced it to your room. I don't know why it's in here, but I'm willing to help you with that, whatever you're trying to do, just to make it easier. And I will not tell your father about it.
Not even keeping it a secret. She does state, I don't care what my dad thinks. It's more worried about my mom. And then like goes over to her actual cupboard, opens it, and inside she brings out a nice old rusted looking blade She closed the cupboard and persisted to you. Well, this was it, but I didn't get it. I didn't get it right. I was trying to make some transmutation magic work on this, but it instead accelerated the wear and tear of it.
That is a bit tougher. Let's see what we can do about writing this.
That also
Getting
explains the weathering.
Yes. And this explains a lot. Let's see if we can work on this together and fix this.
She nods. Dust. Normally, this in Pathfinder would be alchemy. In D&D, Arcana.
Okay.
It's not terrible. You can tell based on the properties of what she did. She tried to transmute this metal into something else, some other type of same density, but it didn't seem to be quite right. Instead, she caused it to quickly age prematurely. So looking at this, you can tell that this is what happened. The first check was just to see what happened. You can tell that this could be fixed, but you would need the right tools. Currently in her room, you don't have them. Your Jeweler's Guild would have them, but you would need to get the blade out of this house first. She does look towards you, and Sam simply states, look, if you can fix this, great, do it. Just try not to get my mom involved.
I can guarantee you that your mom will not get involved.
Sighs with relief. You don't know why. Her mom's always been the nicest one you've met. You've met her dad.
Oh, no. Dust is... I get it perfectly. Like, her dad, she can predict to be the way he is. Mom, not so much. And usually it's those who are nice, they tend to be the more strict and the more terrifying of people. So...
when need be, yeah.
When need be.
Discerning this, you nod knowingly. So, Dust, how do you get this blade out of the house? It is a short sword, ceremonial, and easily visible. Even in its current form, anyone currently working here would be able to discern it.
I'm going to slide it into my pot, my dimensional pants.
That would technically work. For some reason, I forgot about your pants. When you said, I'm going to slip it into my pot, I'm going, why are you carrying your vase everywhere? Where are you keeping the flowers? No. You put it into your pockets easily enough. Dimensions. Yeah, it would easily slip inside. You can tell, though, when you put it in there, you can't really feel where it is, but you are able to retrace and grab it back onto it when you try to do so. But you can also tell when you reach really far in there. Sam is surprised and shocked, but overall is glad you're able to do so. But you can also tell you're able to reach through the sword if you bend far enough away. So there's not too much long things you can carry inside. You might be able to carry a spear, but probably not anything bigger than that. But thankfully enough, this is a short sword. So like 3 short swords?
Yeah. And then I'll turn to the daughter and I'll be like, now, regarding your education, I understand your enthusiasm to go about doing magic.
It's either that or going to work with my dad, and I don't want to work with my dad.
Makes perfect sense. What are you wanting to do with magic?
I don't know, trying to change metals into richer metals so the poor don't have to starve? You can tell she has ideas. They're not bad ones, but you can tell without an actual tutelage, she will create more problems, both economically and potentially physically.
Yeah. Dust will kind of, with a knowing look, maybe don't try to focus on turning metals into other metals. It can potentially, like gold and whatnot, it can potentially cause a lot of harm to individuals in many cases. But I like where you're thinking. Being able to help people. There's more than just making changes to transmutating things to make it easier for others. You can make it easier for others through your deeds.
She nods. This is kind of on the lines of her own thinking. So, someone that is able to helping her along her own life path without judging her, she understands or at least listens to your words. When you begin to make way out of the room, underneath her breath, she does think, maybe I can accelerate the process growth of plants and animals to make more of them for people to eat. And you also worry about that, but that's a problem for tomorrow.
Yeah. And Dust will just be kind of like along the lines, and then he'll also give her 25 gold and tell her, this is to help you with your studies. But remember, this is for your studies, and this is to help you get materials so you don't do something like this again. Where you can get some small mundane items to help you with progressing. Okay?
She nods in agreement. I was about to say, she's rich. She has plenty of money. But technically, the stuff she's studying for, or the stuff she wants to study for, her dad so would not pay for that. So this is actually a good thing, Dust. So along this lines of thought, she does agree as you make your way out into the hallway with Robert. Looking towards you, he does state, is everything all right? Were you able to discern anything from her? She often keeps a lot to herself, so I can understand why she didn't want so many people in her room.
I got a little bit. Let's look around a little bit more. So, Dust having the sword, he'll still look in a couple of rooms, do kind of...
Yeah, you do the process to make sure, like, people are aware you're looking more in other rooms to make sure, like, nothing could be potentially traced back to that specific room. So you go through the area, you find a few people here and there. Some people say hello, others do not. Others continue the work until you finish going through the rooms. You do see eventually that the master of the estate and his wife are currently in the study. The first room you went to, technically. No, I'm going to say you go onto the first floor and you meet them at the front door. The gentleman, air quotes, does state, did you find anything?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I have a very good idea of where it is. Give me a day, and give me some time, and I will bring your heirloom back to you.
A day?
Yes, about a day.
Do you know how much that is in coin? Time is money, and I want my property back today. And then his wife does state, come dear, we've just met the man. We can give him a day. There's no need for hostility right now. Dust, go ahead and roll persuasion. Advantage, thanks to wife.
Wow, the wife advantage.
Oh, either of those would have worked. It was 15, by the way. It was hard. Not for Dust. Well, with wife, he wouldn't say that. Well, I suppose sometime, but not any longer. I will be there noon tomorrow, and if you do not have or found my blade, we'll take it up with management.
I personally do not work.
You want to tell him that? I'm going to tell you immediately. You can take that back if you want. You want to take that back?
Huh? That I do not work for the Jewelers Guild?
Yeah.
I was just like, I will say...
Theoretically, for this Jeweler's Guild, but you do work for a Jeweler's Guild. And even if you don't work for this one,
Okay.
you would be a third party, which means he would have more suspicion against you if somehow you don't have the blade.
Okay. So he's wanting to meet at the Jewelers Guild tomorrow at noon?
Yes.
Very well.
Cool.
Good then. He basically gets Robert and another butler to usher you out of the house, and then he himself walks over and slams the door in front of you, leaving Robert and the other butler outside as well. Again, nice today. Normally he just tries to hit you. Again, if you have any other places of employment, just let me know. Other people here are also looking for it. But beyond that, thank you for coming here, sir. And if you need anything else, just let me know.
I do have something for you. And I will give them 10 gold. And I will say, treat the staff to something good. They deserve it after living with that man, after working for that man.
The other butler, William, looks towards you and simply states, yes, sir. Definitely more than willing. And might I say, this is quite generous. If you need anyone under your employment, to let us know. Right now, this is more than enough for about a few weeks. Thank you.
This is for you guys, and if you ever need a break, just a treat, because it's been a particularly bad day with them, you have the funds now.
Of course. Robert then states, we'll take it to the working house immediately. Thank you, sir. And honestly, William does have a point. If you're ever looking for any help around wherever you live, or what's not, I am willing to travel for work. Just let me know. And they both head off, thank you once more, to the actual... it's technically a side house that the maids and the butlers live.
I think I'll have just enough time to get back to our lodgings.
Yeah. With the time up, everyone meets up back towards your own lodgings. It's easy enough done. You get back here without too much of an issue. Your attendant slash... I want to say... there's a word for it. I just forget. Who... If you've ever been to college, it's the one person that takes care and like looks after your one, basically says, hey, there's no partying after 10. Hey, you're being a little loud. I forget what it's called.
RA?
RA, yeah. You're RA. Jonathan, greet you all. You make it back here in time to meet Baron, air quotes, Whisper's boyfriend. But before that, we are going to go back in time next session to see how... how one of you is doing, and to see if Nikolai found himself, in air quotes, his girlfriend.
I'll walk into the... So just to, like, set the stage, I'll walk into the guard thing and say, like, hello? Hello? Anybody here?
You do so, and it is pretty late at night. One of the guards looks over you. The one known as the blue guard, but he's currently not blue anymore. He's managed to clean himself up. Does state, really? We just talked about this morning as we end the session.
Yeah. Hey, today. I'm looking for Jillian. She's supposed to be here. This is her shift today.
A lot of them sigh. And then they go help you look for her so you can get out of their house. Air quotes. As we end the session
there
for
you go.
today.